So, what is an insight? Let's turn this question around and start from the end. Where does an insight lead you? An insight can lead you to a great new product, and not just any product. We are talking about innovation. And innovation are by definition products that are unique in the context of a specific use case. Innovations allow you to stand out from the existing competition, because the moment you come out with the innovation, the other market players don't understand or at least cannot yet monetize on what you have already figured out. Here's a great quote from venture capitalist Michael Maple Jr. Great products come from insights that defy conventional wisdom. Please let that sink in, because it is essential for everything we will talk about from now on. Great products come from insights that defy conventional wisdom. So what is an insight now? An insight is your understanding of a context in which a customer is showing some kind of interesting behavior. And you know why this customer acts the way he acts. You have understood the need behind that behavior, and you are now able to exploit on that. Most of the time in your research, you have to dig a little deeper to get to that insight. And if you were to discuss your insight with other people, well, you would find out that most people don't share this insight with you. Because insights that lead to innovation typically defy conventional wisdom, or common sense, if you will. Most other people did not do the research you did, and they don't have the experience that you made. They didn't ask the questions you ask, and therefore they never came to the same conclusions that you just arrived at. So be ready to have an insight and a view on things that is not shared by everyone. What I'm saying is, if you want to be an innovator, be ready to have a seat at the smallest table in the room. Because innovators typically possess uncommon views until these views become eventually common sense. For example, when they are backed up by a successful new product. Think of Netflix online streaming at a time when everyone still went to video rental stores. Or think of Facebook in 2007 at a time when almost all social networks focused on very narrow communities of interest. Think of Salesforce, software as a service, in the early 2000s, when everyone in business kept their enterprise data on local machines. None of these ideas made sense to a majority of market players until they became the next big innovation. And also research on innovation indicates that every insight that matters began as a highly controversial statement. Controversial between different market players, but also inside companies, between teams, or between individuals of the same team. When I look back at the most innovative projects we have accompanied throughout the years, I cannot remember a single project that did not start with heated debates around these insights. There was never a complete agreement on the relevance and the validity of the insight. Teams would always debate. And we learned over the years that these debates are a good thing. The teams were onto something that was not common sense, but that had a novel aspect to it. This is how innovation starts. In the following, we will get to techniques on finding insights that matter. For now, keep in mind this very simple grid. This may help you sort out information you will find while you're interacting with customers. A lot of things you hear and learn are information that fall into the lower part, the right part of the grid. The information are good information because they are valid, but they also reflect what we know is consensus among people. This is not a bad thing, and you can probably use this information to improve your existing business. But insights that matter for great new products are the ones that fall into the upper right part of the grid. These are the highly unconventional information you gather about your customers that, when you test them, you realize they are robust and valid, and even though they look odd in the first place. Now, be aware, every information you get from a customer can easily end up on the left side of the grid as well. That means the information is bad because it's not valid. Why? Maybe you heard something wrong or your customer was not completely honest with you. These things happen all the time. That is why whenever you're in a debate around new insights, the only way to solve this is to test your insights with more customers.